Let's talk about commodities now, where we have seen choppy informations continue to move the markets here. Starting with gold, and that was trading at a one-week highs in the New York markets yesterday, still holding around that 1670 mark, but some profit taking coming in at these current levels, $4 of a decline in the Asian markets. You also have seen the dollar index rise, and that also could be leading to some profit taking into this space here. Same is the case with the base metals also. After that 2.5% of gains across board in copper, aluminum, zinc, etc., you have seen some petering down. Though, of course, the Chinese data has been much supportive, and you would see markets underpinning because of that. To crude prices then, and you have seen the strength go down into them as well. Saudi Arabia cutting the output down by nearly 5% for the month of December is something that really has given impetus to this space. Very flat trades happening in for NYMEX, and the Brent is also holding around $111 per barrel in the European markets right now. How do you trade all of those commodities? For that, let's go across to Ravindra Rao. He's Associate VP Commodity Research, Motilal Oswal, and he joins us live on the show. Ravindra, hi, welcome. Let's start with precious metal space first. And the kind of gains that you saw in the gold and silver prices yesterday, more than 1% up for gold, 2.5% of a gain coming in for silver as well. How do you look at the breather that the markets are looking at right now?
Good afternoon, Manisha. Excuse me. Actually, yesterday ECB meeting was a trigger for gold going upside because they have kept the interest rates on the lower side, and they have not given any signs of a further cut in the interest rates, and they have also told that the European economy, the health of the European economy will be subdued for the entire 2013, and late 2013 they might see some recovery. Now that has triggered buying in gold, and a decisive break of 1665, which was the major resistance on COMEX, that has again triggered some technical buying, and we expect prices might move on till $1,700. So we are actually a little bit bullish in gold in the short term, and on MCX we are expecting prices might move on to 31,000 because rupee might slightly cap the gains. I'm expecting rupee to once again come near 54.40 levels. So I would be buying gold at these levels, and one can take a target of around 31,000, 31,050 on the higher side on MCX.
Ravindra, your point on the rupee is well taken, because we did start the day on a positive note, but since those deficit numbers have kicked in just a few minutes back, you also have seen rupee decline, 54.70 already back on the screens, and markets of course are looking at further depreciation coming in for the currency. But how about the crude prices? Because we've seen 93 kind of hold in case of NYMEX crude, and same is the case with the Indian prices as well. MCX trading around that 5100 or above that kind of levels. How would you want to trade that space?
Even crude, I am a bit bullish. I am expecting prices might once again test near 5180 to 5200 on MCX. On NYMEX, I am expecting prices might test $95 a barrel, $95, $50 a barrel. But I think that should be the cap, and from there we might see a little bit of correction. But yes, yesterday's Saudi news of cutting the output, that again is a bit bullish for crude prices. And I would buy into crude today also with a stop loss near 5,080, and I would take a target of around 5,180 to 5,200.
Ravindra, what's your sense coming in for natural gas as well? Because yesterday, of course, was a good day across board for commodities. We saw 2.5% of a rise coming in for natural gas as well. The Indian market's clearly reacting to that one. But do you think there's more gains? Are we looking at 200 levels coming back?
I don't see 200 levels as of now, because it has given a breakdown below 180. That was a very good support, and it has tested 170 day before yesterday. And I'm expecting prices, the up move in prices was mainly due to the inventory figures yesterday and also a technical retracement. I expect prices might move until 170, 750, 178, but from there we should again see selling, and the prices might eventually test 168, and I'm expecting prices to consolidate in the range of 178 to 170, 168 levels.
Alright, so not breaking 180 on the higher side on that one. Ravindra, let's talk about the base metals then, and the Chinese data has been much on the positive side. Even the bearish news that the ECB came in or gave out yesterday, markets are reading that there might be more loose monetary policy happening from that one. So even that in turn seems to be supportive for this space, especially in case of copper, where most of the broking houses in India and abroad have been positive, looking at something like a 10% of a run-up in this quarter 2013 itself. Are you that bullish?
In base metals, actually Chinese data is supportive, but if we see yesterday's figures, the exports have come good, but imports are not that good in case of copper. And even today, we have seen PPI and CPI data. CPI has jumped up to almost 7-month high at 2.5%. Now that is not good because this has dampened the hopes of further easing from Chinese. Now this has triggered a little bit of profit booking in copper, but yes, technically I'm pretty bullish in copper, and it might, like it is trading in a very consolidative pattern as of now after its rise from 435 to 430 to 450 levels. So I would wait for it to break above 450.50, 451. Above that it might move up to 460, but as of now I feel it should trade in a range of 446 to 450. For today, yes, I would buy copper at around 446, and on the upside I'll take a target of around 450.
Very quickly, Ravindra, and while there is lots of rebalancing happening, the earnings numbers from US, especially for Alcoa, have been positive as well. Apart from copper, is there anything that you would want to look at? For example, aluminum, tin and zinc, because these also are making quite bullish noises in the market.
Aluminium, I'll be particularly bullish because I'm expecting aluminium can test around 118 to 120 levels, say in the next week. So I would buy into aluminium also, and would say a dip of around 1 or 2 rupees from here on. I would go for a buy in aluminium, and upside I can take a target of around 5 to 6 rupees.
All right, Ravindra, we'll let you go at that. Appreciate you joining us with your sense on all of those strategies. So mostly buy calls coming in from Motilal Oswal on the higher side in those non-agro commodities.